Thanks for joining me on About Alberta Tech, which is focused on introducing Alberta tech companies to Albertans. Our goal is to share the innovation and diversity that exists in this province in quick bites. My name is Lenora Thomas, and today I'm joined by Ricardo Casanova, Managing Director of VisitorBay.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me, Ricardo.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get started with some background on you. How did you get into tech?
Good question. So I started in tech when I was younger, basically just fixing my parents' computers for 7-Eleven money, for slush money. And my dad always told me over and over again, like, work with your mind, not with your back. And so I made it a goal of mine to make sure I was always in tech. And so I took a computer programming course, did that for a little while and decided that I like people more than keyboards and caffeine. And so I decided to use my technical skills and apply them in a sales aspect. And so that tech part of me has never really gone away. It's always been a part of me. So
excellent. And so you started VisitorBay. What does VisitorBay do?
So VisitorBay is what we're calling a visitor management solution. To give you a little bit of context, how we started is I have another company that does telecom consulting, and we have a government client who went and saw them, and very beautiful lobby with glass and technology and marble and that sort of thing, and they had a sign on a paper book still, and it was like a light bulb moment. We're like, I'm surprised somebody hasn't digitized this. So I talked to my friend and now business partner, Brett Carrier, and we basically did a little market research and decided, hey, there's nobody in Canada at this point building something like this digital experience in the office. So that's where we started, was just replacing that paper book, kind of modernizing that front office piece. That's how we started.
That's awesome. And once you got started, did you find that the majority of your business is here in Canada, or are you working on a global basis?
I think the vision, kind of our long-term vision is to be other places. I had a chat with somebody earlier today to talk about expansion into Hong Kong and potentially India. So, I mean, it's always kind of there, but, I tend to be, easily distracted with, oh, that'd be cool. And so Brett brings me down to earth sometimes. And, I think the fact that there's really nobody in Canada doing it in an effective way today, Canada's a greenfield, and our market is everybody that, has somebody come through the door and enter a facility. And COVID has just made that even more so absolutely mandatory, I guess, at this point, to have a digital solution for contact tracing and other things.
So for some of your clients, they are using it towards COVID or for COVID reasons. How is that helping them keep track of people? Do they monitor more than just the first name and last name? Do they also monitor contact information then?
Yeah, and that's kind of a big thing for a lot of people. So, we have the ability to, as soon as people are logged in, you can export that data. So their contact information, their name. And the problem with paper books, it's not really usable data because it's, scribbled. If you go to enough offices, you scribble your name, you scribble your phone number, and ultimately that is not usable info, right? Yeah, like everybody, I do it still. So the fact that we have captured actual information that companies can use in the event that something has happened is extremely important, I think, for businesses to be able to kind of say, between this date and this date, we understand that there was maybe an exposure, and then so we need to contact these people because we know they were here. So yeah, it's become, I hate to say it, but COVID has become kind of a good thing for us because we were able to pivot and cater to that crowd. So yeah, we do screening, we do contact tracing, just by virtue of the data we collect. And then we're working on a feature, which hopefully will be out pretty soon, is where you'll have a little QR code on the screen as well. So people can go and scan it with their phone and then sign in on their own phone. So they're not actually touching that community iPad. So again, trying to eliminate or at least mitigate some of that COVID stuff that's concerning people.
That makes total sense. Okay. And so why did you choose Alberta for your company?
Great question. So I'm born and raised in Edmonton. I spent a little bit of time in San Francisco as a kid, as a teenager. And, you know, being close to Silicon Valley, you know, I envisioned myself kind of growing up there, but I came back to Alberta, came back to Edmonton. You know, it's home. Edmonton and Alberta, because I spent a lot of time in Calgary, has almost that small town feel, but it's in a big city, you know, so you kind of have the best of both worlds. You know, the economic engine of Canada is typically always been Alberta, and the innovations that happen here. And not only in energy, you know, there's a very active, you know, IoT groups and different accelerator groups. It's comfortable, and there's a lot of business to be had here still.
I love it. Okay. And so what are you guys going to be growing towards with VisitorBay?
Great question. We're, again, when I'm, you know, all over the place, trying to give us a vision as to where we're trying to go. It'll be to create those workflows in the workspace, you know, in being able to, you know, the second you walk through that door, what is that visitor experience? You know, taking it from a mere data collection and turning it into a positive experience when people come to your place of work, right? That's why people invest so much time in decoration and, you know, all that in an office, is you want people to be comfortable, you want them to have a positive experience. So how can we use technology to improve that entire experience? That's really where we're going to go past this data collection piece. You know, and certain things, you know, from a technical perspective, we're exploring some options now to be able to take people's temperature with and integrate it into the VisitorBay solution. So to again help with that COVID piece. We have recently, because of the success we're seeing in Alberta, expanded countrywide. So we have people selling in Ottawa and not Vernon, Kelowna, Edmonton, got a couple people going. Calgary will have a couple people going right away. So just growth, and you know, time is of the essence with this COVID thing. So we need to do the best we can in a short period of time. Most
definitely. Okay. And what else do you think our community should know about you and VisitorBay?
We've been around a long time, you know, operating different companies and being in that tech space. We really want to be contributors to our community. You know, we don't just want to be here for the business aspect of it. We want to contribute, we want to help other people. And we've got a couple of projects that we're trying to use technology to create some community good and social responsibility. So I'll keep that a lid on that for a little while, but yeah, we're here to help, and we're here to support other people and other businesses trying to make it and trying to make the best of this crazy world that we're living in now. So reach out, and we're super collaborative and always interested in meeting new people and new entrepreneurs.
Perfect. And when you release that information, take the top off of it, you should let me know. I can interview you for that.
Absolutely, I will, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It was great to talk to you.